chilly day in Chicago. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. It's The Solutionist, and today we're going to talk about flood cars. Right now I'm taking a drive to Copart, Indiana. I had bought a flooded 2008 SL55 AMG, and it just came in. Please be patient. I'm trying to show you guys the beautiful view of Lakeshore Drive while we're right over there. The camera is going to be flipped over real quickly as soon as we pass the Devil's Bend over here, right by the Drake Hotel. The driver is headed over there because the car, apparently, everything is digital and the transmission wouldn't shift. I'm headed over there to see how we can get it off. Apparently, using a forklift is the only possible way to get it off his truck because it has no key. And then after that, the tow truck driver will be called to pick up the car from Copart. After my inspection of the car, if I deem the car worthy to be fixed, if I think I have a solution to the problem, I will fix it. But if I think I don't have a solution, it's right there at Copart. I'm just gonna resell it. Right now the car has no keys. I have a friend, his name is George. Shout out to JNA Remote and Keys. George has been an expert. He's been in the key making business for years, more than 15 years. George already promised me that he could make the key to the car. The car is going to be going to J&A Remote and Keys. It's over there 2056 North Cicero in case you want to see them for all your key problem. I'm driving over. The driver said he's going to be there in 25 minutes. I'm going to make a thorough analysis of this car and see if it's something that I could fix. I've always loved the SL500. But this engine is different. This one is an SL550. The engine is a 5.5 liter V8 engine that comes in the Benz. I'm not well versed on how reliable they are. I think the 500 engine is one of the most reliable engines that Mercedes-Benz ever made. And the proof is in the pudding. They put it in it had over a 10-year run. As a matter of fact, it's still running because they still put it in select models. That engine is just phenomenal. Like, you can't go wrong with the 500 engine. The engine is just amazing. I'm telling you, I've ran this stuff with no oil, ran this stuff significantly past overdue for oil change. I've done so much to the 500 engine and the engine keeps running. That engine is a god tier engine, the 5.0 liter. Most V8 engines are dependable, especially from the Germans. I also have the Audi S5, the 2009. That's a god tier engine too. So far, I would say the Mercedes-Benz is more reliable than the Audi V8 engine, the Audi 4.2, but I believe the Audi 4.2 can hold its own as well. If not for little things such as leaking seals and stuff like that and sensors, that's where Mercedes outperforms the Audi. The Audi always tends to have sensor issues, little things like that, you know, the wear and tear bolts, because it's a very small, compact, tight engine. But the Mercedes 5.0 liter engine was built for optimum reliability because it's well versed and been used across so many models. It's been put in the G-Wagon, the S-Class, SL, CL, K, E500. That's why I consider it a god tier engine. It's a very reliable engine to put in any car. The problem with the SL is hardly with the engine. Sometimes they have transmission issues, or if you try to gun them and do stupid stuff with them because they're mostly electronic, you cannot slam your foot down on the gas and do ridiculous stuff. So that's the disadvantage of that. In most cases that I've seen, people have not had any problem with the engine on the SL500. That's the Mercedes-Benz 5.0 liter engine. When my Audi came in, it didn't run. It was some electrical issues, but eventually it was figured out. Quickly, I learned that the 4.2 liter engine V8 for Audi is pretty reliable. So today I have a 2008 SL55 AMG. It came in pearl white. I bought it from the Florida flood that just happened. So this car is a flooded car. The flood goes all the way to the door level. That means the interior is pretty messed up. So we're gonna see how bad this car is. So I talked to the company that I dispatched the car to, and the company was telling me that the car has no transmission. So I don't know if the lady really knows for a fact that it has no transmission, or she's just making assumptions based on the fact that the car is inoperable. So I'm about to go over there and find out what the status of things are for myself. If I get over there and it's something I feel like we don't have a solution to, I'm gonna put it back in the auction and let it go. But if I get over there as a solutionist, I have the solution. Get a tow truck, towed to George at JNA Remote and Keys, make the key, send it over to the electrician, have the whole car taken apart, fixed up, and we go from there. Let's see what happens. Also, don't forget to stay with me towards the rest of the video. because I'm gonna expose the price I pay for the car. I'm gonna explain why every natural disaster that happens in the United States is your opportunity to own your dream car. Whatever your dream car is, of course, within reasonable pricing. Any car that your dream car is, with the exceptions of hypercars. I'm talking about hypercars like Koenigsegg and Bugattis, even which sometimes with those are within reach. I would explain later on in the video why every natural disaster that happens in the United States is your opportunity to get your hands on the car you always wanted. That dream car, that high performance car. There's always some owner of such a car in an area that was affected by the natural disaster that his or her car got damaged and they filed an insurance claim and brought it to the auction. Okay, so we're here. The driver's over there. You gotta get paid. We're gonna go check this out real quickly. So yeah, the car's right here. There's the car. Trying to see how bad it is. It's missing a grill. It's got my favorite AMG wheels. Woo. It's got mold all over. Hopefully this can be cleaned out. Well, we'll work with it. And she said there's no transmission on the car. That is false. The car has a transmission. So yeah guys, it seems like we're golden. These are my favorite AMG wheels. Favorite. They come on the CLS 55. So yeah, the car is here. That's the flood level. So, well, I'm gonna get this guy paid. What's up, big guy?
All right, sir.
All right. So I'm gonna get one of these guys. These are my people, and they're just gonna offload it. So
yeah, I needed to always somebody for.
No problem. So if you want to just jackknife the truck, and they'll get it, okay?
Yeah.
And just all right.
Just put it in the trunk, right?
That's fine. Sounds good. So finally, we're here. The car is down and it's been delivered. I have some good news and I have some bad news. I'll go with the bad news first. The interior of the car is very bad, but my detail guy has promised me that he can get, I think he said about 70%. He said out of it, 1 out of 10, he could get it to a 7. My detail guy can get this car to a 7. My key guy said he's not gonna touch it. Tow it first to get it detailed, and then after it's detailed, I could bring it to him. Or I can go ahead, take out the ignition, and I bring the ignition to him, and with the ignition, he can make me a key that would allow me to at least keep the car mobile and then bring it to him after everything else is done to finish the program. That's where I'm at right now. A tow truck is coming. A tow truck is gonna take the car, this right here, to the detail shop, get it cleaned up so we can see what we're working with. I'm believing that at the end of the day, just because I'm not very versatile of how to work on the 5.5 liter V8, I don't know how to work it. This is supercharged. If the electrician takes a look and doesn't know what to do, I think I'm gonna have to buy another car. I'm gonna buy a junk SL500. I think some of the parts are interchangeable. Then take the parts from there. That would be an easier and cheaper and cost-efficient route to go to get everything fixed up in this car. Do I think the car is fixable? No, with some work, it requires someone with persistence like myself to be able to get this back in order. And I promise you, well, I don't know if I can promise you, I will get this car back in order. And then the good news is that there was no oil in the engine. The transmission, based on what we see, there's no oil yet. There's a lot of rust, a lot of metal components on the car is rusted. You could see rust on the wheels. Some of those things are, interchangeable things. They really don't matter. The most important part is to get the car running. Once the car gets to a good running condition, engine and transmission, the rest of the stuff is basically aesthetics. It's just iron out, remove and install. The car will be back in good shape. It has a pearl white paint. It's an SL55 AMG compressor with a supercharger. It's push button to start. It's got a 20-inch AMG wheel, keyless entry with the door sensor, with a panoramic roof. It has the vented seats. Of course, it got a heated seats. We got a lot of options. So there's so much motivation for me as a solutionist, as a guy that does this on the daily to get it back in a running condition. It's got a lot of electronics, so that's what we're dealing with here. Like I said, if all these things are bad, the best route to go would be to buy another car and swap out a lot of parts. So that's one. So now that brings me to what I promised. I promised to talk to you guys about how to get into your dream car during natural disasters. During natural disasters in the USA, like flood, hail, and stuff like that, is the perfect opportunity to get into whatever car that you've aspired that is within reach. Let's say you have a car that you want to drive, it's $20,000. During natural disasters, in most cases, you could get cars like this for $1,000, $500, $2,000. I actually bought this car for less than $2,000. The total check for this car was $2,503. That was what I paid for this car. That's a decent price, considering the fact that the ACV, actual retail value of this car, is pegged at about $28,000 to $30,000 with a clean title. This car has a salvage flood title. It's gonna be rebuilt eventually once the car is up and running. During natural disasters, flood, fire, hail, tornadoes, and all this kind of stuff, those are the best times to get the kind of cars you want. The easiest route to go to fixing salvage cars like this and cars that come from disasters is to buy the car that is your dream car and find another car that is actually very similar. Like for example, this car cost me $2,500. A SL500, which has similar components to this car and electronics, or SL550, would sell for significantly less. You could get a crashed one, you could get one with hail damage that was in an accident, use one to fix one. Find the one that has the lesser damage. So basically, this one is 70% in good condition. The car from the other natural disaster or accident has is damaged 70%, and the other one is 30% in good condition. You take the one that is 30% in good condition to complete the 70% walkable condition and get it to 100%. So that's the mindset. That's the technique that I feel people should use, or you could use, to get into your dream car. I have a Porsche Panamera that I just sold through Copart, but I really don't like putting money into cars that expensive and put them on the street. I'd rather get them at a cost-efficient value rebuild them myself. At the end of the day, we'll get it for about half the price. And not only that, it's also a thrill. The project, getting it together, it's a fun experience. So that's one of the reasons why I love projects like this. I've been doing this for over 15 years. I've fixed so many cars over the years. The Porsche that I sold was actually a crashed driver's side front end damage. And now it's a Copart. So there you go. That's one of the key ways to get into your dream car, or just any car that is desirable to you. See every natural disaster in the United States as an opportunity. And when that opportunity presents itself, take advantage. Look for a broker like myself. You could contact me and you can message me and I can help you broker a deal. At Copart, IAA, Mannheim, any of the nationwide auctions here in the continental United States. That's how you take advantage of that. That's how you get your hands on your dream car, the car you always wanted, was always fascinated about. Also, cars like this could be bought and kept for parts to help hedge your bet against future damage on high-priced car. Let's say you have a car that is really high ticket, a car that whenever it breaks down is going to cost a lot to fix. Cars from natural disasters such as this one are good opportunities to actually obtain those parts for little or nothing. So like a car like this, when it breaks down, let's say the transmission, you go to the dealer, they're telling you upwards of $7,000. But getting it for $2,500, that puts you at a very great advantage. So you could basically do what you want. You could off-handle the car. That's why most of my cars that I get from salvage auctions, I really don't care. I drive them. I treat them nice, but at the same time, I make the cars do what they're supposed to do. This will be a learning experience for me to learn about the 5.5 liter V8 Mercedes-Benz engine. I've never had an interaction with this engine. I've had the Porsche V8, I had the Audi V8, 5.0 liter SL500 V8, but the 5.5 is something that I'm getting acquainted with. I've had an S-Class before, I've had S550, but I never had any issues with the engine, and I didn't own it extensively, and I didn't keep it for an extended period of time. I didn't keep it for a long time. This probably will be the longest I'm gonna be in possession of a 5.5 liter V8 Mercedes-Benz engine. That brings us to the end of this video. The car is delivered. I'm gonna keep you updated, if not in this video, in the next video, about what I got going on as far as fixing this car, the progress reports, if we ever did it, if we decided to put it back in Copart to sell it because it just wasn't fixable. I will keep you updated. Like, subscribe, share, bring your guys along. Come over here and let's journey together so that we can share this experience. I want to put you guys all in your dream cars. I want everybody driving their dream car. So if you ever dreamt of driving some of these exotic cars, fancy cars you see people driving around, trust me, it's working at 7-Eleven, you could drive a car like this. Like I said, I paid $2,503 for this. Of course, it's going to cost more to fix, but then you could apportion any piece of your paycheck to go towards the rebuilding of the car. Because remember something, when the car is complete, when you finish the project, it's just like putting money away in a savings account. Now you could turn around, flip that car, and get all your money back. And not only that, now you could go again and now put your money into other side projects. Look at it like a side hustle. Only that this is something that a lot of guys like to do. A lot of guys are into cars. Of course, there are females too that are into cars. This is a fun hobby. This is a fun business. This is something you could take to any level you want. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.